to Complexity Made Simple. My name is Paul Allen, and before we get into today's video, just a reminder, some great news. The design of experiments for 21st century engineers, the Minitab version, has just been released. I know for those of you unfortunate enough to have selected Minitab, you have a great deal of difficulty in understanding this software. So we've created this special version of this text with the Minitab screenshots. The link to lulu.com where you can buy this book is in the description below. And of course, you also have the option of purchasing Drink Tea and Read the Paper, which is the perfect book to go with your Green Belt or Six Sigma Black Belt training. The link to lulu.com for that book is also in the description below. And of course, the other thing that we'd really love you to do, please go to buymeacoffee.com and make a small donation. All of these things, the purchase of the books and the donations, they help keep the channel moving. I'm really grateful to all of those people who are currently donating. Many thanks for your support and your help. And now let's get on with today's video. Welcome to the latest video. And in this video newsletter, what we're going to talk about is, it's going to be relatively short, but it's about why we're always learning. So this was inspired by watching a video, a couple of videos actually, and two things have sort of coalesced together, and I figured that I would put them into my own video just to remind you of why you should always be reading books, watching videos, going out to the point of activity, practicing things, trying things, listening to lectures, all kinds of things, because we are always learning. And you never know when a little golden nugget is going to come into your path. Now, in my case, what am I always trying to do? I'm always trying to find what I'm going to call practical guidelines. Okay, practical guidelines. Lean and Six Sigma is full of lots of jargon. So Lean is full of lots of Japanese words, Kanban, Hijunka, Poka-yoke, all sorts of fine and dandy words that we don't understand the meaning in the West, so somebody tries to explain what they mean to you. Six Sigma, full of statistical words, hypothesis testing, standard deviation, all kinds of stuff. And I'm constantly looking for just good practical advice for my clients. Well, there's two little pieces of gold that I've come across in the last few months, and I'm just going to put the two together. And they come from two gentlemen. One of them is called Paul Akers. You can look Paul up. There are lots of videos. He's just full of enthusiasm for his business and for the application of lean techniques in his business. And the other guy who's recently started to really promote his YouTube videos is a gentleman by the name of Tom Mentink. And these two guys have recently just put a couple of golden nuggets on the table that you just think, wow, you know, I've been at this for 25 years. Man, I'm always learning. Fantastic. So what have they said to me? Paul came up with this. He said in a little video, which was a video conference, wherever you ask the question, you should find the answer. So for instance, if you're standing at a machine and you think, what settings should this machine be on in order to produce product A? I'm standing at the machine, I'm asking the question, the answer should be in front of me somewhere. I shouldn't have to go off to an office. I shouldn't have to go to a computer to find the answer. Whenever I ask the question, you should find the answer. So, when I heard that because that's 5S. That's the brilliance of 5S. 5S is not about cleaning up. Please don't use it for housekeeping. It is about making sure that information is at the point of activity and everything is easy to do. Wherever you ask the question, you should find the answer. And Tom, well, he came up with this thing of, and I'm going to use his phrase, he said he wants to humanize the Kanban card. Okay, humanize the Kanban card. And Tom put out a video talking about this. And here he is, and I'll put a link to the video. I'll put a link to the video below. What did he mean by that? Well, what Tom is doing is utilizing this, because in Tom's video, when we have a Kanban card, normally what do? We have the card and we put just very dry information on there. We put the part number on there. We put the location on there. Maybe we put the warehouse on there. We put the quantity, how many are we going to pick, etc. And it's very dry information often. But look what Tom's done on the top of his Kanban card. It's just brilliant. Whenever I ask the question, I should find the answer. Because you picked up the Kanban card, and then of course, what's the question you're asking? What should I do with this? So what Tom's done is dropped on the top of the card what action should I take? In other words, where should I take it? Who should I give it to? What am I doing with this damn thing? Wherever you ask the question, you should find the answer. Now, my only criticism of what's in the little video here, it's a tiny little thing, is that what Tom's done is he said, give it to a person, and he's named the person. Now, in fast-moving companies these days, this guy won't be doing this job very long. He'll be off somewhere else. We'll move him tomorrow, put him on a different job. So I wouldn't have put a name. I would have put a role. I might have put an area. Take it to the office in warehouse C or whatever, and give it to the supervisor. That type of thing. So if this person changes, you're not wandering around looking for John, and John doesn't exist anymore. But the idea of putting the action on the Kanban card to give an instruction. So think about the brilliance of this. You have new people. You've got a big factory, maybe 500 people in the factory, all kinds of different things going on. But once you teach someone how a Kanban card works, here's the information, here's the action. If I teach them one Kanban card in one area, they can go and operate in any area of the factory. And whenever they see this process in front of them, they don't need any instruction. They pick the card up, they read the instruction, and they go and do it. Think of the efficiency of your training. Think of the reliability of your systems. No computerization, no software to update, just people that know what to do every day, all day. And they always get it right. Wherever you ask the question, you should find the answer. And if you do that, you should humanize your Kanban cards. Put an action on the top of your Kanban cards. I'm always learning. I love that. That's practical guidelines. What does a Kanban card look like? How does it work, etc., etc. And when people see this, they go, that's a system that will work. That's a system that will work. Anybody can do this. Anybody can make these cards. Anybody can get this right. We don't need software engineers and technical people, and all the people throughout your factory can contribute to systems like this. Absolutely brilliant. I'm always learning, and so are you.